Times are changing. The grand reset and transition is upon us. We are leaving the age of compromise and stagnation.
The energy has been dense.
Ready to embrace the age of ascension.
The era of expanded possibilities.
New guidelines for the future have become defined, and the path towards enlightenment has been set. Avoid mainstream, genetically modified propaganda. Inner Light Radio is here to provide information and analysis to assist us all along our journey.
For the upliftment of humanity.
This is InnerLightRadio.com. We are the healing frequency.
Taking that deep breath, setting back, relaxing. Time to tune into yourself, feeling your own vibrational frequencies. What is it saying to your family? What you're aligning with. Just take a deep breath. You feeling good? Come on and dance with me too.
Make your dreams come true. Come on and dance with me.
Imagination.
Ladies, get up off your seats. Come on and dance with me.
Move that body.
Gentlemen, get on your feet. Come on and dance with me.
Mentally.
Say the words and I'll summon the band with my hand.
Greetings and love and kindness, family. I'm Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. Taking that deep breath, tuning into yourself, setting back, relaxing. Gotta take that time for them deep, deep breaths, supporting that lymphatic system, purification system in the body. Oh yes, as you relax the body and the mind, become one with yourself. Taking those deep breaths today, tuning into yourself.
If you're free and you like what you see, dance with me.
All right now. 8/26/2020. We're talking about, wow, August 26, 2020. 2020 sure is moving right along with these months. What you been thinking about, family, since January? Oh, that new thought came in about February. And then you was anchored into it in March. Now they're trying to take you deep into that thought. Is it a good thought for you? Is it sustaining you? Is it helping you to become your own wellness doctor in this time? You know, people wondering what this time is all about. This is the time for you to tune into yourself, to know the power of who you are, and not giving that power over to anybody, anyone, politically or anyway. From a man-made mindset of human consciousness, it's truly time for us to know the divine being that we are in this great time that we're having right now. How you doing, family? Are you taking a moment? Are you taking the time to sit back and be one with yourself, paying attention to the new vibrations that you're feeling in your body? Because everybody is doing a little bit of struggling. Everybody is doing a little bit of the struggling. Because they have that word in their mind, in their mindset. Even when they're making shifts, they call it struggling. But I want to tell you today, family, we got to stop struggling. We got to know and we got to understand about these cellular malfunctions, about fluctuation in energy in the world. We got to know that we come in with the understanding of non-struggling. We don't have to struggle for anything in life. Why? Because we are the creators of our life here on planet Earth. I want to welcome you to the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show today. I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. You know, we're here every Wellness Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm inviting you to come aboard the friendship train. Is it anybody that you need to call that's sitting back home that's in a fluctuating state? They want to hear something good. They want to come aboard this Harriet Tubman train ride to healthcare and freedom. Take a moment and give them a call and tell them that we're talking about shifting out of chronic disease care stress. We got to leave that mentality. Know that we're going to create cellular malfunctions. Stop letting the world stress you out. Chronic diseases. And know what they are. The body is going to make adjustments. That's why we say it's time for you to become your own wellness doctor right here in this day and age. The most revolutionary thing that you can do in these times is stop being a pawn in someone else's game. Think for yourself. And I'm telling you, most often that is called living out of the box. And right now, when you step yourself out of that box, you got to hold on strong to that vibration. Folks got some strong words for you, trying to make you doubt yourself, not be in tune with yourself. Some people will only love you if you fit into their box. I'm telling you, it's a time to don't be afraid to go with that inner vibration that you're feeling for yourself. That's going to support you with emancipating yourself from medical mental slavery. We're talking about breaking the chain of mind control, breaking that chain, or however you see the mind control. If it's a part of something that you've been doing all your life, it's an understanding that your family has been having for a long time that you've been holding on to. It might not be serving you right now. Oh, it's time for people to do some deep renewing of their minds. I'm doing it. I know there's other people are doing it. There are some that's acting like they're not doing it, that they already there, but they know within their own vibration that they are. So it's a community out there. It's called the Self-Care Revolution. Are you a part of it? Are you allowing yourself to be a part of that revolution, to assist yourself? Adopting your behavior does not mean that you change your personality. You probably have a beautiful personality. But the things we do based on this worldly understanding, is we got to stop sometime and yield our future to no one. All the change in the outer begins with a change in the inner. If you're not loving what you're seeing, you got to trust your vibes. All in this day and time, they're speaking to everybody, that inner vibration. Wanting us to all know that all is well. Truly all is well. Yes, it is. This time is mind over medicine. Don't let medicine be your guide. Don't let medicine be your guide. Cell talk. Cells are talking to you, wanting you to understand, wanting you to connect with your inner wealth so that you can become your own wellness doctor. I sat back and I listened to the last 2 shows that we've done so far in this month. And they have been rejuvenating for me. They have been healing for me. They have been assisting with me with staying focused and keeping my energy in alignment, because so much is going on and we wanted to understand how do we fit into the new understanding, the world they're trying to create. And if you're hoping for some politician or somebody to shift the energy of things, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen that way. No one's good, no one's bad, whatever. What it is how you thinking and how you moving, how you supporting this energetic body right here. That's what we have to focus on. The man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both correct. You are both correct in your thinking. You are who you say you are. You can accomplish whatever you will. Whatever you will. The will, that strong vibration, you will accomplish. This is the time, family, to understand the energetic, vibrational being that you are, and being in alignment with that, and seeing if you need to become your own wellness doctor. I'm sitting back. Got my health device on, getting some of that energetic pulse electromagnetic frequency coming in to help my body stay relaxed. Sitting here drinking on my water with a little bit of manuka honey in it and some lemon juice and some turmeric and some little dash of black pepper to help my body energize itself and heal itself, because you don't have to just stomp yourself or bump yourself to have that lymphatic energy support the body when that inflammation comes through, to help that part of the body adjust itself for a moment. Because sometimes that inflammation can just keep staying in the body and keep moving on, like when I experienced a stroke. And that inflammation is active. And I've been calming it down. And I've been saying everything's okay. You don't have to stay there. I need to get this flood from out of my interstitial areas so my cells can respond to the good information. And every time I hit myself or bump against something, I come back quicker into that inflammation state. So I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Like this week when I went out to enjoy restaurant week and just to be outside and get some real fresh air and sit out there for a while and walk in the streets of D.C. and not paying attention like I normally do, looking straight ahead but not looking down to the ground at the same time. One of them little bricks was loose and I stomped my big toe on the side that I had the stroke, and I'm like, oh! No, I didn't do that. But when something like that happened, if you sit down for a moment and just start rubbing, relaxing, supporting that flood, not to stay there, to say that everything's okay, it can move on and it won't sit there and it won't build that pond inside the body. You see, my body is already in that state. I didn't need that to happen. I shook it off and said, I'm outside, I'm enjoying myself, and kept walking. Darn if I ain't do it again. I said, oh, no, I didn't do it again. Stomp that toe again. That vibration was there. That inflammation in the body saying that it needed to protect me, but it didn't know what to do because it's already confused because there's so much going on. So I stayed out. I didn't want to break up the party that we were having, and I took a hold to it, and I came home, and boy, am I really, really feeling it. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I started doing the speaking energetically, where I record certain parts of my show to go along with the live show. Mainly so I can sit back and take these deep breaths too and listen to myself from a different perspective after I said something. So I got 2 of those for you today that I'm going to share with you in between this conversation that we're having. So I want you to sit back, or be lengthizing if that's what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, sit back, relax, and put your body and mind in a state of receiving. Receiving what you need for the support of your human body through this conversation, because you're open. You're open to the frequencies and the vibrations of life. And also those family members that's been trying to reach you. When you sit back and relax, you can hear those messages that's coming to you to support you while you're here. So take those deep breaths, sit back, relax, think about the information that's going to be shared with you and how you can become your own wellness doctor. Trusting the fact that thoughts become things and we need to be in tune and choose the good ones. And know with assurance to never underestimate the universe, the frequencies of life, because we are definitely tuned in through our bioenergetic vibration, because that's truly who we are. I hope you had a great week. I hope you're here today to sit back and think about your week and take a hold of this information. It may be new to you. It may not be new to you. It may be inspiring to you. It may have you rethinking some things, because the whole conversation is about becoming your own wellness doctor. And as a doctor of lymphology and understanding the power of the lymphatic system and how it is connected with our breath, that purification system of the body that keeps the body in the most driest, purest state so the cells can receive the nutrients, the information, and the energy to do their jobs, their inner healing work that they know that has nothing to do with you, but only for you to align with it. The first talk that we're going to hear today is about 13 minutes, I believe, and it's all about the healing abilities of trees. To think about the vibration of the tree. The trees is outside in the world, and that tree in your body. There are more lymphatic vessels than they are blood vessels in the body, because it's more about purification. The feeding, but you have to let the body purify itself, so that things won't become stagnated. That energy will move. So I want you to sit back and take these deep breaths with me, and we're going to hear our first talk from me through the energetically speaking recording, the healing ability of trees. So sit back and relax as we listen to this information.
Greetings
from
and love
this
and kindness, family. This is Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I am your host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. I am sharing with you today, 8/26/2020, the recorded part of this live radio broadcast show right here on innerlightradio.com. The healing frequency. Once again, I'm going to share with you 2 articles today. I'm going to share with you an article on the healing abilities of trees in honor of the lymphatic system in the body, the tree of life, and how we are one, connected to nature by the trees and even the bees and the birds and the insects and all of nature. We become one. And then I'm going to take a time and I'm going to share with you how your body rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. That's how every organ, every cell in your body of that organ works to renew, regenerate, and restore itself from the things we do and the things we say to the human body. Remember, this is Energetically Speaking, and I am your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. So sit back with me, relax, take that deep, deep breath, sit back and listen, as I will be able to do on the live broadcast show. Today, 8/26/2020. The first article is the healing ability of trees. Most masters observe that trees are tremendously powerful plants. Not only can they absorb carbon dioxide and transform it into oxygen, but they can also absorb, negate forces, and transform them into good energy. Trees strongly rooted in the earth, and the more rooted the tree, the higher it can extend to the heaven. Trees stand very still, absorbing the earth's energy and the universal force from the heavens. Trees and all plants have the ability to absorb the light of the energies and transform it into food. In fact, they depend on the light for most of their nourishment, while water and earth minerals make up about 30% of their nutritional intake. Trees are able to live very long lives. Let's take care of the tree, the lymphatic system in our bodies. Absorb earth energy. You know how you do earthing when you plant your feet into the soil of the earth, like the root of the tree. Absorb energy from earth. Create warmth in your breath and bring the energy up to the crown. Project the chi out into the top of the trunk of the tree. Enter the tree and feel that you have a connection with it. During this process, you can stand far away from the tree, 10 to 30 feet. As your practice continues, you can project your energy easily, far from and away into the tree. Let the tree take in your negative or sick energy. The energy you receive back will be balanced. We have to stand and hug the tree, be next to the tree, absorb earth energy. Let your energy flow down the trunk of the tree to its roots and to the earth. Let the earth energy purify your energy, bringing this combined energy up through the soles of your feet to the top of your head, then up through the thrusting channels or through the governor channel, running up the spine. Let the energy flow up to the crown and project it outward again. Repeat the process 9 times, 18 times, 36 times, however you need. Sit by the tree, hug the tree, and understand what that energy and that exchange between you, the nature who you are, and the nature of the environment of trees. Taking the carbon dioxide from out of the human body, transforming it into oxygen to plenish the earth and plenish you. The power of the breath. We must breathe freely. The power of the breath. The more you repeat the process in mind or physically. If you can't be by a tree in comfortability, put that tree in your mind. See yourself hugging that tree, receiving the nourishment from that tree as you give nourishment to that tree. The more you repeat the process, the more energy will refine and increase. Your energy will increase and you will feel so good hugging that tree, repeating the process of the breath, even planting your feet in the soil next to the root of the tree. You will notice the clean, bright feeling that your cells will generate and give off. That feeling that you will feel inside of your body as you take in those deep breaths. And once you have established a good connection with the tree, you can send your sick energy into the tree from a far distance to refine your energy or improve your health. Meditate while sitting under a tree. Once you have developed the ability to feel the tree's chi, you can sit under the tree and meditate. Draw the tree's energy into your thoughts, the station points of the microcosmic orbit being that you are. Sit there and breathe the breath of life as you activate the tree of life, as you nourish and build the oxygen up in your body. We must remember, oxygen plus pumps. Pumps are your cells. Oxygen plus pumps plus electricity equals energy. The divine energy that we are, energetic beings in life. Let the oxygen come in. Let the carbon dioxide go out. Take the mask off. Don't stifle the balance of oxygen in your body by stagnating it and bringing back in that carbon dioxide. Take your mask off and breathe and honor the process of life. COVIDMaskology. What does it do? COVIDMaskology, the study of self-inflicted stagnation in the production of cell life and activity, creating an internal environment of a pond of water that blocks energy flow and cellular intercommunication, stopping or blocking the release of carbon dioxide from the body into the air, causing the reabsorption of this toxicity. This process of COVIDMaskology is blocking the common intake of pure oxygen from nature, from the trees, and the natural means of self-surviving as a human being. The goal is to contain the germ, not thinking about the damage done to the human body by blocking the proper exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Breathing is the natural mechanic of human life and should not be stagnated by the wearing of a mask for daily living. It only stops, damage, interfere, interrupts, stagnate the energetic flow of your being. We are energetic beings in a human form, and it all must balance and work together. We are nature, and nature is us, and nature is no respecter of person, and we must honor the flow, the balance, the harmony. The air is not and will never ever be the enemy of a human. We balance each other out. They take the carbon dioxide as our bodies release. They absorb that sickness, that energy, and they transform it into oxygen for us to breathe in. Don't give your power to anyone. Understand the natural processes of the human life. The power of the breath and the lymphatic system. The healing abilities of trees and your connection from the tree of life, the lymphatic system in your body, the purification system. Understand that. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. You just tuned in to this live broadcast as I share this recording with you, the healing abilities of trees, on this 8th 26, 2020 live broadcast show. COVIDMaskology, ask yourself, what are you doing to the balance in your body? No one should be the governor over your body. That's your responsibility, and it's your decision. And if it's your decision to block the natural flow, the natural process of life, our connection, then that's your choice. But understand how you create that sick body syndrome and causes things to occur, because they're telling you to block that breath. Don't let them have you be your own worst enemy. We're talking about self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-knowledge, self-honor, self-assurance. Only you can take care of you through the power of your breath. I'll be joining you live in one moment. Taking that deep, deep cleansing breath, empowering my lymphatic system.
Yes, taking that deep, deep, deep breath. You may be lymphosizing, as I just was. Kind of difficult. I had my cane. Standing up on the trampoline that we call a lymphosizer, helping that lymphatic system purify, helping the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the body. I want to get more oxygen in my body. I want my body to feel the pleasure and the joy of life. I want the flow to flow easy. I want all stagnated ponds to reverse itself and let that water start moving through the body like it needs to move through the body. I don't need any floods and intersecting errors. I don't need my organs to be flooded right now. I need them to feel the energy of the vibration of life and to know that everything is in balance. As I take these deep breaths and I calm my body down from the state of shock that I put it into, and I kept stomping my toe the other day on the ground where the stuff is not even out, so you can walk without having to look down. Just know that every time you stop yourself or touch something, you create that inflammation in the body. It's a good thing. It's doing its job, but it needs to know when to turn off when everything is fine and okay. But our energies and our thought process and our states of consciousness is fluctuating right now. And through that state, you can also create the inflammation in your body. That's how sensitive this human body is to the energetic vibrations of who you are, your thoughts, those imagination thoughts. Yes, what's embedded in your subconscious mind. All these things are playing a role in people's life. And I'm just saying, sit back and be still. Listen to yourself. Make your own adjustments at this time. Everyone's life has shifted. A lot of things have changed. But you can be a change agent for yourself, for the goodness of how you are going to renew yourself, renew your strength during this time. I love what I do as a nest wellness professional, reading the bioenergetic fields of the body. I have a special for you for the first time, individuals that want to actually see the energetic vibration of the human body field for themselves. Because I'm going to tell you, that's one thing that's truly different in each of us. We all have our own universal signals. No one has the same signal for their energetic being like you. So they can't say, oh, I went there and I found this about me and it's the same thing for you. No. You might get the same pharmaceuticals, but the vibration of your body is totally, totally different. And we need to set back to that new realization of who we truly are. To know that nothing binds you except your thoughts. Nothing limits you except your fears. Nothing controls you except your beliefs. And nothing heals you except your consciousness. Those states of consciousness, and finding out truly what's the instructions in your subconscious mind that's trying to be a part of your reality right now. And it might be not what you want. There may have been some childhood fears and things that you thought that you had grew out of, that you have better understanding of, that wasn't controlling you. And now we all being shifted back into different states. But I'm just saying, be aware. Sit back, be aware, don't get caught up, don't live in the fear of the false education. Don't accept it as reality, and Lord knows the evidence. Everybody's evidence can sound so good, and that's why I encourage you to become your own wellness doctor. True vibrations of understanding and knowing what's good for the human body, and what's good for the human body is for you to take those deep breaths. That breath that you took when you came into this world, the breath that leaves you when you leave this world. It's your connection here. We must be in balance with nature. Understand that vital connection that we have. It's that time right now. It's not for no government official, for no one to say, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, go get tested, don't get tested. It's for you to know what is best for your body and live through that. We as individuals of this world can unite with one understanding. Nobody has the right to tell you how to take care of your body. No one, no government. And anybody that mandates that you wear a mask all the time and stop that exchange of balance, they do not want you to be in control of the processes of your body. And that is the truth, because we understand the power of the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide and what it means to the body and what we need to do. So think about the trees, the bees, the flower, nature of it all, and how it moves forth in their creation and what we need to do, and understand what someone else is trying to do to adjust the population that's in this world right now, and who they deem should stay and who they deem should go. Yeah, my advice, if you can, stay out of the hospitals right now. Take care of yourself. Karen stomped his toe, ain't going to no hospital. Just started doing some things, and they might say, well, you took this position, you wanted to do this, and you said this happened, and you may have to go give me a medical record. Ain't going, can't trust me, take your position back. Not living that way. You have a right to be able to say what's going on with your health without going somewhere, getting a statement from some doctor stating that they can attest to where you are. Times are changing. Let that medical stuff change to match with the people. But you see, that's what we supposedly be up against right now. And some people look at it as being up against something, but it's not. You're not up against anything, because you are in control of your own body, and your body knows how to rebuild, how to heal itself. Every organ, every cell in the body, in less than 365 days, everything renews itself. We just have to stay balanced. That inflammation in the body is good for you, and it also can linger on and stay on for so long and cause so much stagnation in the body that you be like, what's going on? Like I could say right now, oh, so much fluid again, just simply by stomping my toe and thinking about what's going on in the world right now. Trying to keep that balance. Trying, working, doing, keeping the balance, because we have to be in focus of our thoughts right now. We have to be in focus of what we're feeling. The feelings get the blessings. And so what are you truly feeling? And then you have to honor it. And if it's anything that's stagnating you, release it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go to let it flow. I don't know. Let's see if the program is ready. We might get to hear my favorite song by Dave Shirley. We might get to hear that. But we also going to listen to the next talk. How your body rebuilds itself. I may get to come back and I may not. We'll see. Sit back and take some more deep breaths with me.
One another, all of my sisters and brothers.
Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease. Whatever your symptoms or diagnoses are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain, not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.celllife.com.
One another, all of my sisters and my brothers. Let's show love and respect. Always remember, never to forget that together we stand and divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Get rid of hate. Understanding will be better if we communicate.
Everyone, we're back to the second rebroadcast information I call Energetically Speaking as part of my broadcast show for 8/26/2020 right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show, and I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. As mentioned earlier, I will be sharing with you the second recorded part of the live show where I will be talking about how your body rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. We're going to focus on different organs, parts of the human body, and we're going to share how the body rejuvenates itself. As we continue to sit back, relax, taking our deep breaths and thinking on remembering the message from Baba Tomorrow of Common Sense Herbs. Growing old does not make us sick. He said growing old does not make us sick. We have to process that and think about it. He says it's growing sick that makes us old. We have to process that and think about it. As we think about hugging that tree, releasing all the feelings of sickness that we hold for our own human body, we must understand that our body will create cellular malfunctions as they make adjustments based on how we are perceiving our life and creating our life. And we have to allow that interaction to happen within itself. The body knows what it's doing, and it knows how to adjust itself. But do not be mistaken. Your consciousness, your states of consciousness has everything to do with that process. So keep that in mind, the mind awareness and being aware of what you say that you are aware about when it comes to your life, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your state of being. So sit back, relax, visualize yourself under that tree and taking that deep, 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 deep lymphatic breath, oxygenating the body, releasing that carbon dioxide, and creating the balance between man and nature, because we are one. So this article that I'm going to be sharing with you, and I'm sitting back, taking my deep breaths, relaxing, focusing, and I'm listening along with you. Once again, thank you for joining me on the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation and our new segments, Energetically Speaking, as I share articles and information with you, and I sit back with you and I take those deep breaths. Again, today's show, 8/26/2020, how your body rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. The human body is a well-oiled machine capable of innumerable accomplishments and astonishing functions. One of the awesome abilities our body has is the ability to heal itself. We have inside us an innate capacity to replace, replenish, and rejuvenate our own organs. No doubt you have heard the classic urban myth that every 7 years our body replaces itself. Although there is some truth to that claim, the exact time is more or less relative to each organ. To answer the question, how long does it take for the body to regenerate? We have to take it one organ at a time, one thought at a time, one conscious vision of imagination, all connected to be one. How your body rebuilds and heals itself in less than 365 days, 100% of self-care, self-love, self-respect, self-knowledge, with self-understanding, with self-knowingness, with a self-assurance. You create the human body. Taking those deep breaths, sitting back and thinking. We're talking about the blood, the power in the blood. How does it rebuild itself in less than 365 days? Our blood is mainly made of the fluid called plasma, which is basically water and clotting factors. The rest of the blood consists of the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets. The average lifespan of red blood cells is around 115 days, while white blood cells' lifespan depends on the type, ranging from 24 hours to years. Platelets, on the other hand, last around 8 to 9 days. Due to the tremendous number of cells needed for our blood to work, the bone marrow replenishes these at a continuous pace. The blood rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. The skin. The outer layer of our skin is designed so as to be shed off and replaced. This keeps our skin in a state of constant repair, maintaining its ability to serve as a barrier to the outside world. Our skin keeps up with the job of protecting us by replenishing itself once every 2 to 4 weeks. Body rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. Oh, our liver. Our liver is one of the hardest working organs in the body. It detoxifies our blood, produces clotting factors, aids in our digestion, metabolizes medicines, and helps in the regulation of carbohydrates, fat, and protein metabolism. Given the workload our liver faces on a daily basis, we need it to be replenished quite quickly. Our average on our liver cells have a turnover time of about 300 to 500 days. The liver rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. Stomach and intestines. Our digestive system is exposed to the harsh substance our body can produce. This includes hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes. For our system to cope with such strong substance, it has to regenerate at a fast pace. The turnover time for these cells, is around 2 to 5 days. Stomach and intestines rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. Our bones may seem completely static and unchanged when we reach adulthood, since we hardly notice any growth from the outside. However, inside our body, it's a whole different story. Our bones are made up of cells that consistently replenishes the structure needed to make our skeletal system sturdy. On average, the lifespan of these cells is about 6 to 9 months. Unfortunately, as we grow older, the turnaround time begins to take longer. This results in the slow increasing brittling of the bones seen in the elderly that do not take care of the bones on a more consistent basis. An average person takes a breath around 30,000 times a day or more. Given that astonishing number, you can just imagine the wear and tear on the lungs. The lungs rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. An average person takes a breath around 30,000 times a day or more. Given that astonishing number, you can just imagine the wear and tear our lungs face on a daily basis. Lucky for us, our lungs rejuvenate every 2 to 3 weeks. Take the mask off. Support the lungs, the in and out of the breath of life, in and out. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, creating a balance. The brain rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. Putting a specific time stamp on the rate the brain regenerates itself is no easy task. In general, we are born with all the brain cells we will ever have, and as we grow older, we lose some of those cells, some say. This should give you some added incentive to avoid neurotoxicity whenever possible, as the damage may be harder to repair. There are, however, a few exceptions. Our hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and emotions, has been found to have the ability to regenerate when damaged. There is also some study indicating the potential some parts of the brain have for neural restoration. However, research into this highly complex field is still going on. But we know energetically speaking, that our human body feel the fields of life, the fields, the vibration, the energy flow of all that life is, flows through our fields into our cell fields that align the human body with the energetic body that governs the human body, and we need to realize that it's not vice versa, but really it's in alignment. And we must remember to be in alignment with ourselves. This miraculous self-healing body based on the conscious thinking of the individual. Conscious living is living consciously. Is it time for you to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care plan? Is it time for you to join the self-care revolution? It's a time for you to emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery. Emancipate yourself from the conscious thinking of a man-made mindset of human consciousness. Is it time for you to apply a little bit of thinkonomics? It is a way of thinking that gives you the opportunity to learn the truth about yourself. I say, be ye transformed. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And you must do this now, as they are trying to tell you to be fearful of the oxygen in the air, to stop your own breathing, to stagnate the energy flow of life within your body. People, please sit back and think for yourself. Be your own divine healer. Become your own divine wellness doctor. Take a little bit of anatomy, physiology, pathology, some biology. We have the time now. We are at home now. We can sit back and regenerate, rejuvenate, and expand our awareness of how this human body works. That's what I want to share with you here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Every Wellness Wednesday, 4 p.m., right here on EastEnterLightRadio.com. What you can do is visit the number 4, the word Cell Life. Visit forcelllife.com and become your own wellness doctor. Visit the YouTube channel K Davis F. Listen to past shows. Become your own wellness doctor. Align yourself with the truth of who you are. We're talking about self-care, self-love, self-respect, with self-knowledge, with self-understanding, and having 100% complete self-assurance and knowing the energetic connection of the energetic bodies. Hopefully I will return back to you. Or we might just be running out of time and going into the commercials and ending the show today for 8/26/2020. But if not so, I'll be right back with you. Thank you for sitting back, taking a deep, deep breath, and tuning into yourself as you relax. And
wake up.
wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show right here on Inner Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.